Hello and welcome back to What Works. Today we'll be talking about what we understand by the term success, or the alternative term that we are using sometimes, which is promising practices. Now, it is important for me to just say this up front. There's a lot of discourse, a lot of debate, a lot of agreements, but also a lot of disagreements on what one means by the term success. One way of starting this discussion would be to perhaps ask a set of interrelated questions. What is the problem that we are trying to solve, and has this problem been solved? A second set of questions relates to what were the goals for the project, or was there one specific goal for the project, and were these goals or the goal achieved? And related to both of these issues about problems and goals, we really need to also ask who has been the target of development projects and programs. Were they reached out to? Did they participate? Were there thoughts and needs considered in the programming? Were different stakeholders involved? To what extent did some people maybe influence the process more than others? Some scholars talk about, when defining success, they talk about seeing the term success in relation to so-called triple constraints. And these are time, budget, and scope. So for example, how long did it take for the project to achieve completion? How much did it cost? Some people say we should be looking at the cost-benefit analysis, but also the scope. What was the pace of change? How many people or how large a territory was covered? So these issues about who is benefiting from development, was it the poorest of the poor, and was it done, this project or program, in a cost-effective way? These are often the metrics for measuring success or even impact. Others would say it is actually very unhelpful to even talk about these categories because some agencies, some organizations, some individuals may be interested in exaggerating success. There have been accusations against certain civil society organizations who have been accused of exaggerating need or exaggerating the problem in order to attract more funding. So some people feel that success often leads to manipulation of data. So we need to be also aware of that. But an important aspect of success is also about replication. Can something that has worked somewhere be copied or replicated or even scaled up somewhere else? Others say, well, we shouldn't really be talking about replication. It's good enough if something has worked in one area. Let us try and better understand what happened. What were the factors that led to successful implementation, even if this project cannot be replicated elsewhere? But others would say, again, a counter-argument is that we really need to examine, filter out what is working, unpack that, and perhaps to apply it elsewhere. Now, one of the things that I would also like to tell you now is not just the kind of expert views on success, but as I mentioned in my introductory lecture, this is the third time we're offering the course, and we've had thousands of students in 150 countries discussing the term success, as you will be doing after hearing me speak today. And I want to list and at least highlight some of those factors that these students, the participants of this course, have identified, which according to them helps explain or better understand the term success.